right, hello everybody. Welcome to another video from AA Sports Cards. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I have been eagerly anticipating working on this consignment. It is a repeat consigner. We sold part of his collection a couple years ago, and he's back to use our services again. We love new consigners, but we value repeat consigners. And this gentleman has really, really nice stuff. The part of his collection that we'll be concentrating on today, that you're going to see on eBay in the next this week, I'm going to be working on it imminently, is O-Pee-Chee baseball. And for many, many, many years, in fact, up until, am I holding this upside down? Up until basically, I think the start of the pandemic, which now seems like there was a monumental shift in so many things in the sports card hobby, but one of them was the appreciation of how truly difficult it is to find cards from the Canadian version, O-Pee-Chee baseball. So for those of you that don't know, O-Pee-Chee started to produce baseball cards under their own trademark, which you can see on the bottom here, OPC, printed in Canada, for baseball during the 1965 season. The sets were always much shorter than the Topps versions, basically a quarter of the top sets. Like, again, I'm not sure, I think this set has about 280 cards and the top set has about 600 or so. I know those numbers aren't correct, it's just going off the top of my head. I want to try to get across in this video again how difficult it is to find the Canadian versions of these cards, but also the condition of these cards. So most of you know that our model is to sell sets as sets or near sets as near sets. We definitely sell single cards, but usually when they're high-end cards, rookie cards of Bobby Orr or early Mickey Mantles or that kind of thing. The cards in this condition are so nice that I'm almost tempted to sell a lot of them individually, and I may once I start to really delve into the collection. Have I shown these already? I have not. But these are really, really nice cards. And I say that because this gentleman was not a collector. These cards were saved by this gentleman from childhood. As I'm holding up the card, this is technically the first Mickey Mantle O-Pee-Chee card. And baseball and hockey are very different animals. In baseball, because the sets were so big, there were so many teams, before a player was established, Topps would often feature them in very small pictures on their rookie cards or things like that. So for example, Pete Rose's rookie card is really, he's one of four players on a little circle on the card. I guess the point I'm trying to make here is this is Mickey Mantle's first O-Pee-Chee card, but he's featured on a very small photo. But Mantle carries so much weight in the hobby that this is one of the marquee cards in the set. And the last card from 1965, well, that's not true because there's more in here, but this is, one of the key cards in the set. Joe Morgan. When I was a kid, I was never a huge baseball fan, but my favorite team was the Cincinnati Reds, and this would have been in the mid-70s because my uncle looked like Johnny Bench, and I was a goalie in hockey, so I always liked catchers in baseball. But my uncle looked like Johnny Bench. The Cincinnati Reds were my team, and Joe Morgan was such a classy member of that club. Hall of Fame second baseman. That is his O-Pee-Chee rookie card, printed in Canada. Phenomenal condition for a childhood card. And I'm excited to see the bidding on that card and the others from this collection. We're going to go to the next year, and this is 1966, and why not lead it off with the Mick? So that is, again, I'll be saying this a lot, but it's the Canadian version of Mickey Mantle's card right there, printed in Canada. Looks to be in very, very nice shape. And here are the rest of the 66's. I was going to save this for last, but I'm not going to. Here's an example of a card that is graded. It's the only graded card in the collection. It's a PSA 6. But sometimes the number on the card, even though 6 is very respectable, does not reflect how hard it is to find that card in that particular grade. I don't know the pop report of this card off the top of my head, but I can almost promise you it's low. This is the #1 card in the 1966 O-Pee-Chee set. The #1 cards, the first and last cards, are always condition sensitive, and I expect spirited bidding on this card from people that have been working on the 1966 O-Pee-Chee baseball set and need the Mays as an upgrade. Pete Rose. Pete Rose always had very nice baseball cards. There is Joe Morgan's second-year card when he was a member of the Astros. Again, I hope I'm probably not showing them long enough to really gauge the condition, but I keep saying it, but these are really nice cards. There's Ernie Banks, another classy player, Mr. Cub, I think they call him. And there is Lou Brock. So there goes the 66's, although there probably are more to show you in a minute because there is a binder of stuff. We start with the 67's, and not one year is any tougher than the other. This is an interesting card because Steve Carlton's rookie card is in the 1965 Topps baseball set, but it's an example of a card that's, you know, well up there into the, I don't know, 4th, 5th series, whatever. It's not in the O-Pee-Chee set because the O-Pee-Chee only printed the first series of the Topps set, a much shorter set. And then Steve Carlton did not have a baseball card in 1966. I don't know why, but he did not. So his first card after his rookie card was 1967. So this is not only his first O-Pee-Chee card, I guess his O-Pee-Chee rookie card, but it's just interesting. Okay, there's Frank Robinson. Obviously, these are all Hall of Famers. There is Willie Stargell. You also, one of the things for people that have O-Pee-Chee baseball and are considering consigning it to us, which I hope you are when you watch this video, one of the major differences, I think, between baseball card collectors and hockey card collectors is because the baseball sets are so large, again, usually, you know, 600 cards or so, there's a lot more team collecting activity. Not that hockey collectors, there's not passionate Canadians collectors, Maple Leaf collectors, that kind of thing. But there is a strong contingent of baseball collectors that, for example, only collect Los Angeles Dodgers cards. And the O-Pee-Chee cards are a real nice addition for American collectors. And that's probably part of the reason that the market for O-Pee-Chee has really increased. But I maintain a lot of it is from PSA population reports and people seeing how scarce the Canadian stuff is as opposed to the American. And I don't know, you know, no one has the numbers. Nobody knows how many cards O-Pee-Chee printed or Topps printed. But suffice to say, when it comes to baseball, the Canadian version of these cards are unicorns compared to the Topps versions. So these are cards from the binder. These are more cards from the same collection. You can see Sandy Koufax in the corner. Again, most of these cards are stars. I love Sandy, so I'm going to hold that card up closely. Again, these are from 1966. This collection will be going live on eBay under our user ID, Vahoota, gotta say it, VAHOOTA. And when you consign your collection to us, we will make a video on your stuff and we will let people know where and when it will be sold, because these videos bring a lot of eyeballs to the auctions, more than I ever thought they did. I'm happy to know that that's a fact, which is a big part of why I continue to make them. So if you are watching out there and you reside in Canada and you want to sell or consign your collection to us, really consign, we would make a video much like I'm doing now. The final page of the collection. 1968 O-Pee-Chee baseball. And it's all Hall of Famers. Willie Stargell, Tony Perez, Joe Morgan, Denny McLain. I don't know if Denny McLain's a Hall of Famer, but he's a star. Tommy John, Don Sutton, and some league leader cards. Again, exquisite stuff that as soon as the camera goes off, I will be starting to work on. I always have to hold cards up so we get a good screen capture, which is what we always hope happens. Gonna put that down. Gonna pick these up. So watch for these on eBay under our user ID Vahuta, VAHOOTA, in addition to many other cards. Right now, currently, we have, among other things, a 1951 Maurice Rocket Richard rookie card up for auction, a 1953 Topps Mickey Mantle up for auction, a 1953 Jackie Robinson up for auction. Lots of great stuff. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm a proud Canadian, and I'm proud that O-Pee-Chee, which is, for anybody watching this who is a collector, is as Canadiana as maple syrup. It's ingrained in me. I'm so proud and happy that O-Pee-Chee baseball is finally getting its due and its recognition. Thanks for watching. Mick and I will be back real soon with more videos. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.